Maria, wow, you are an icon. You are
Ibig sabihin matanda.
no, award-winning journalist, Nobel laureate. I think we don't have time to list all your accomplishments, but congratulations. You are well celebrated. You have so many accolades from the international community. In the Philippines, it's a different story. You have many supporters, but you also have many criticisms and legal issues during the past few years. So, what do you make of that contrast in perception towards you, and how do you feel about it?
You know what's ironic is that even that is changing now in the Philippines because we've had a change of leadership. Many people are shocked to hear that Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is now the president of the country. In that time period, so it's been about a year that he's been in office, the level of fear has lifted. The kinds of information operations, the attacks on me and Rappler, on media in general, have largely stopped on social media. And just today, the government just announced SMNI, which was the media group that was Pastor Kiboloy's, the pastor of Duterte, who's wanted for sex trafficking in the United States, that is now indefinitely shut. So, in a strange way, when I go home now, the kind of hate that used to be directed to me online has largely disappeared. People recognize that we have done something through this time period, and it's fear has lifted. My cases, there were 10 criminal charges that were filed against me. I kept getting arrested in 2019 and kept posting bail. Out of those 10, 8 are gone. We've been acquitted from 8, and then 2 are left, and I hope to see them gone by the end of the year. So, I mean, just the direct answer to your question, from the United States to the Philippines, I think it's where you're first targeted. The same way that an American journalist who information operations may target will be seen different ways by different polarized sides of the internet and social media. That was what happened to us in the Philippines. 90 hate messages per hour is not normal, and we shouldn't be subjected to things like this.
How did you deal with all those hatred, and how do you stay optimistic while facing those challenges?
You keep going. The data showed me that this was meant to kill my spirit, that this was meant to kill Rappler. And, the weaponization of social media was followed by the weaponization of the law. And now I hope that we will see rule of law restored. It's strange again, right? It's a different time. It's almost, we have another President Marcos, 37 years after his father was ousted in a people power revolt. So it's strange, but at the same time, you have to say, okay, well, the killings haven't stopped, but they've decreased. It can't be normalized, which means we need to push. The level of freedom for the media has slightly, again, with the lifting of fear comes greater freedom. Civil society is now mobilizing again. So it'll be interesting. Having said that, everything will depend on what happens in the United States. Right? The world will be looking at these elections. I'd always said that the 2024 elections will be the tipping point for both journalism and democracy. It's playing out now.
It is, and yeah, we're just here to wait and see and hope for the best. And I heard that you will soon be teaching at Columbia University later this year. So that's a different career move, I guess, for you.
I had long taught. I taught for a while in University of the Philippines, in Princeton for a semester, and in this one, because of the presidential elections, because so much hinges on what happens in the geopolitical power, what happens in the United States. I wanted to be here during that time period. That's one. But the second one is, I think this generation of Americans are different. I wanted to understand, I wanted to learn as much as I hope I'll be bringing up technology and the public sphere, right? The public information ecosystem, technology and journalism. How has this been shrunk? How has it been corrupted? They're all parts of the same things. Rappler gave me the data to look at the world in the way that matters today, which is through data and tech.
Data and tech. So tech, I heard you speak yesterday in the panel also, and you talked about the responsibility of the big tech in this fight against disinformation. Can you elaborate what you mean by that and what you think they need to do in order to protect the integrity of information and data?
Yeah. It's almost too late right now, but I continue to appeal for enlightened self-interest for the American social media companies that have literally corrupted our information ecosystem. By design, social media spreads lies 6 times faster than facts. That's a 2018 MIT study. And now that the trust and safety team of Twitter, now called X, have been fired, it's probably worse, right? Meta has also followed X and fired most of its trust and safety team at a crucial time for US elections. If you don't have integrity of facts, you cannot have integrity of elections. How will people know what facts they're voting on? It will now be based on emotions, and we already know, starting in 2016, that Americans have been subjected to information warfare. That has had an impact on elections. I am just shocked at where we are today and continue to raise the alarm. So where does it go? To us, the citizens. Because now you have to realize that you're going to have to stand up. You're going to have to look for the facts. You're going to have to go into the real world and organize. Otherwise, the values of democracy will die. Because what spreads fastest on these big tech platforms? Fear, anger, hate, lies.
There's so much bleakness out there. And I guess my question is, how do you first stay optimistic?
The flip side of the very bad prognosis of where we are is that these are pivotal moments. What you do, what you hear, what you say is going to matter today, because the exciting part is we're literally creating what our world will become today and tomorrow. Of course, the question is whether journalism will survive, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think what we do will determine that. And that's the challenge to the Rappler team. You know, I held a general assembly right before I came here to just say, this is going to be a tough year. There's a decline in advertising revenues, even as there are increasing attacks on journalists. So we have to weather it and find a way forward that will recreate what the world will become.
Such a great message from Ms. Maria Ressa, moving forward and fighting. Thank you so much. Good luck to you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.